So, Happy New Year, everyone. This is just an example of where I'm at so far. I'm really hopeful that the lighting actually built properly. Excuse me. Hmm. Oh my.
I'll
Okay,
bet
we can
there's
see that
some
it
way to get
has.
this place lit
I
up.
can't stop coughing. Hang on a second. Okay. Now, we can see that I have the walking animation that I did. And really adds that classic zombies feel. But I still have some Umbra issues here. I don't know why. There's no... The Umbra volume is built properly. It's just one single volume drawn out over everything. So I don't know why that's happening. And then I think... Yeah, in here is fine. There's no, I don't think there are any other issues anywhere else in this room. I think it's just when I come over here. Particularly this area right here. When I walk into it, it just is not like that. Yeah, I don't know how to fix that, but... And this is all custom effects as well. It's all Black Ops 2 ported. And I forgot to put a probe here, actually. Why did that do that twice? That's not right. What just happened? So, I don't know why, but zombies can't get out of there now. They used to be able to, but they just can't now. I don't know why. Whatever. These are my additive animations in action. You can see I added a jump and then a land, and they're both supposed to be very reminiscent of the original, but still feel like up to date. And I'm very well aware that there is a modern version of this model in Black Ops 3 located in Ascension when they remastered it, but it just doesn't look the same, you know? Um, it's different. And I don't really like that, so what I did was I just upscaled the textures. That's all I did. And I added some some normal map noise to it to give it that painted metal feel, you know. But AI has come a long way, so I've been able to really upscale that. But it does not do well on this reinforced glass because of the, you know, it's not an even line. So I may have to remake that at some point. But I kind of just want to leave it as it is because it feels like an indie project the way that is. But you know, oh, I was not aware you could walk through this. That's not intentional. Here's the new version of this lamp that is found in WMD in Black Ops 4 remastered, and they use mixed maps for everything. So I had to make my own textures in Paint using the mix maps as a mask, and it took a lot of work, but I got it done. And in my doing so, I actually made it look more like the original than they did, so that's good. And this model is from Modern Warfare Remastered. And still got to get these models here. I got them from Black Ops 4, and they look great, so I'm going to put them in. This is from Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Shouldn't be able to walk through this, but I can. Um, this is just upscaled from Black Ops 2. These Art Deco things here, I actually took directly from the original, and I exported them as a model. and made my own material for them with kind of like an edge there in substance. This clock, um, I actually got this clock from what is it, like the Mountain? I think that's Summit. Um, and I just drew the numbers on there using an overlay from the original, so I could do it accurately. So yeah, that's how I did that. I really hope it's picking up my audio. These have a very hard time upscaling, honestly. We might have to just remake them from scratch, but I've tried, it's difficult. We got the original grenade throwing animation. I'll get out of here in a bit, don't worry. These models are from Black Ops 4 Cold War. They are directly titled Transit models. Like ZM Tra, short for Transit. And instead of using the materials that they used for it, I actually found a painted metal, like a chipping painted metal material for micro masks, or sorry, micro tiling. So, excuse me, for the mask maps and everything. And I just used that instead, and it looks so much like the original. It's unbelievable how good that looks. And of course, all the walls, all these textures and everything, these are all upscaled. And this is a new model too from Treyarch. I'm lagging a little bit because I'm recording. It's the only reason why. These are new models too. One thing that I don't like is that when I walk into the other lighting volume, let's see if I can... It seems to intensify and then, like, it intensifies and then it goes to, like, normal. I don't know why that happens. But yeah, look at how good this car model looks. It's great. I upscaled it, but it did not do a good job on these tires. There we go. Fan favorite. This is a newer model too with mix maps that I grabbed from Kinder Toten Remastered, actually. And the materials on those are all custom as well. Using theirs, but like modifying them to where it looks better. I don't know what's going on with the lighting on this. I really don't. Oh, okay. You can just walk right in there. I hope that doesn't kill me. Because that zone's not active. Now, I'm not intending on this being just a survival map. I do want to do the full transit if I can. But for the time being, I just... Since this area is mostly done, I just put these cars in. Now, this is the only thing that's really left to be finished. And there's a lot to do, believe it or not, but for these wooden posts, I did them via patchwork, and then I also added these like wooden edge things just to make it look very smooth and good. And then of course everything's AI upscaled. This, I gotta get the newer version from Slums. They remade that model in the textures and it looks better. You can see some lighting issues there. Forgot to add a little blood splatter there. That's in the original. I don't know why that's going on. I did want to make a T6 mod for multiplayer that adds all the guns and removes all the exo stuff and everything, and I worked on it briefly for a little bit, but ultimately abandoned most of it just to work on this. But I'd like to revisit it in the future. Honestly, I'd love to take the whole Black Ops 3 engine and just remaster Black Ops 2 with it, but you know how that goes. So I took yeah, I don't understand what's going on there. It also happens here too. I guess not anymore. It must be those occlusion maps that I added, because it doesn't like those. It doesn't like tiling those. There's no it's just a black color map, so I have to manually fix it every time. Oh yeah, they're just getting stuck in there because there's no There's a newer model for this. I probably should just grab that and put that in here. Oh yeah, this here too. It won't render the ground in there because they're supposed to be yeah, see that? What is that? What is that? I don't understand what that issue is. Is it because I have the modified version of the Radiant project where it specifies the Umbra tile size and everything in it? That's probably what's screwing it up, because I've never had that problem before. Oh yeah, of course, my weapon textures are all upscaled. I was doing them to 4K originally, and it was not liking loading the game. I'll just put it that way. And I had my buddy Kingslayer Kyle do this really one-to-one Black Ops 2 HUD, and it looks wonderful. And there's even a restart option, and it works better than just doing fast restart, you know. But what's normally here? You're not supposed to be able to go through here. I just realized that. Is that like a... I don't know why that fog appeared right when the power came on. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have to change that effects too. Because it's still very black. It's Black Ops 3 still. Like, I want it all to be Black Ops 2. I just noticed something. I think these cracks are lower quality than the, No, I don't know. It's not supposed to be flickering that fast. The sound on it isn't. I forgot to grab this. I'm particularly a fan of the M14. Oh yeah. So the Mustang and Sally is not properly ported. I can't figure out how to port that. I think I did it before and it worked fine. I'm lagging so bad. You know, while I'm lagging and it's become not necessarily an issue, let me just like crank this up all the way. Just so you can get a feel for all the bitmaps, since turning up render resolution affects the bitmaps and makes everything look really, really good. Come on. Get my frame rate back. Alright. Eh, kinda. This looks so real to me, though. Just, you know. Okay. So now I'm gonna turn God mode on and just go ahead and run through these cars here, because there's no clip.
Fetch me their swords.
And you can see just about how finished all this is. When you're working on one area for a while that has a lot of detail, it takes a while to get to these other bits. But I do them here and there when I get bored. You know, like I just put this mountain range part in, which, yeah, I gotta fix that. Looks terrible. But yeah, a lot of detail with this lighting, and these bushes are kind of hard to upscale, but I try. Okay, time to see the rest of the map. In all of its unfinished glory, I only have all the props in, pretty much. But a lot of them are, actually, I think most, if not all, are upscaled. Yeah. I mean, some of these look so good, you don't even really need to replace them, but uh, it would still be good, too. You know, and these are Modern Warfare Remastered props, too. Uh, see the cabin? Yes, most of the cabin is made out of models. Just because of these things are kind of hard to mesh out. You know, it's just better to do it that way. And, is this the updated version of this bed frame that I got? I mean, it doesn't matter because it looks great. I'm only asking that because look at the amount of polys that are in this for how old this model is. It looks fine. Um, yeah, you can hear, so you can hear the, that is actually the dog spawning. I've reworked the sound for all of that because the original sound for the dog spawning in Black Ops 3 sounds terrible. I don't know why, but they grabbed like what was it, like hyena or coyote sounds and used them for the dogs, and it does not sound right because these dogs aren't even wolves. They're like Fluffy, just multiplied. And Fluffy is a dog, a domestic dog, so I'm not sure why they went with that. That's a very questionable design decision, so I promptly fixed that. Um and I also for them spawning, I added the sound of the lightning striking from Black Ops 2. So it just feels like Black Ops 2 in every way, and that's really what I wanted to go for. And no, I did not place all these props down by hand. I just went and copied and pasted all of the model locations from the map file and just threw them into a prefab, and I've been doing that slowly here and there. But here's the farm, and I haven't done much work to the farm, but I did get this newer model that was supposed to replace the original, and yeah, some of the textures for it I just didn't have, so I'd set the mesh to invisible. It was like bolt textures, and I don't need those. I really don't. But yeah, here's the old Victorian couch. And yes, they had an updated model for that. I was surprised they did, but really all these models you just find by playing like Black Ops 3, 4, and Cold War, and then you just kind of come across it and you're like, no way, I didn't know they remastered this model, and then you just grab that and put it in there. And this is actually a custom Indie Light. This is a mounted Indie Light in or not Indie Light, it's IND Light for industrial is what it's called. And I took the modern. I remade it using assets from Black Ops 3 and Maya, and then I textured it, the shroud bit, with the textures from the original model, and it worked fine. I just upscaled them too, and and then this bit is from Black Ops 3, but it looks better. Here's a it's so dark I can't turn up the exposure, but this is a modern prop that they made to replace this stove. I'm not going to go through every single prop individually. Don't worry. This I just put in. This is the old prop for this stove, but it actually looks pretty good because I upscaled the textures and I did a bunch of work on it. So now it looks decent now. Um, this is a new model. These are both old models, and this is actually a newer. I was just gonna use the original, but actually I think this is the original. I'm confused. But yeah, these telephone wires I got from Modern Warfare Remastered as well. They directly remade these props for those remaster games, so great source of assets. Fortunately, these I can't really find, and I kind of don't want to bother with it because they're like sort of Vista, sort of, you know, in player view. So I just kept the originals and upscaled them as best I could. Um, Let me go to the diner area. So yeah, we have nothing here so far. Not really anything. Um, can't wait to get to this part. I've actually told myself, um, I may or may not actually accept. Oh, okay. I may or may not actually accept geometry for the diner just because I want to do it so badly. It just seems like a fun uh geometry thing to build, but um here's all these models. Here's this, which is like a newer updated version of these AC units from Modern Warfare Remastered, and they look quite good. Um and then you have these. A lot of this is just the old models upscaled, but this is a newer model too that they did. It's a mix of the original props with upscaled textures and then whatever I could find that was newer. If it looked good enough, I would use that instead, but if it looks too different in terms of vibe, I'll just use the original and upscale the textures. And I know that's kind of like a cardinal sin, like you need up-to-date stuff and up-to-date materials. Like, see, for instance, do these really need an updated model? You are not going to be face to face with these. You know what I mean? You're going to be down here. You know what I mean? So, uh, but yeah, this is just the diner area. I don't know why that appears as white from a distance. It really shouldn't. It should look like this. So I may just make it the way it was originally. And yes, dogs will always be on, just because it adds it adds variety to the gameplay. And I want variety as much as possible in the gameplay with it still feeling original. So what I'm doing is, it's going to be like a direct remaster, but it's also going to be like anything that I can change that just feels better, or feels like, you know, like it's adding on to it instead of changing things, I'll do it that way. See if I can get the ray gun. Yeah, I went with those sounds instead. I could not get the Black Ops 2 versions working right. I wanted to combine the Black Ops 2 sounds for the Uzi with the original sounds, but I just could not get it working right. This will be a wall buy, though. It's not going to be a box weapon. And I'm thinking of putting it in the bar, like where the Galvanuckles would go on survival. Oh yeah, I forgot I have gun mode on. Hee hee hee. Oh yeah, actually, I should show off the SMR. So, I buffed it, but in a reasonable way. So basically, all the SMR is going to be is just an M14 with more ammo, and it doesn't jam. That's it. So it's viable, but it's still not a good gun. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking for the upgraded version of this, since it's called the Smiler, I'm going to, like, probably script-wise tie in the Wonder Gobblegums that make the zombies, like, vomit and do all these silly things, just to make the user smile, since it's called the Smiler. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I'd love to, man. Also have this in the game. And I want to test the sounds for this. It still doesn't sound right. I can't get this to... I can't get the hammer to sound like the original hammer. I really can't. It's supposed to... It's supposed to sound bassy, but also, like, hit hard. That kind of just sounds flat, you know what I mean? I'll have this too. This will do the job. Yeah. Yeah, so I fixed this thing the way that everybody wants it to be. The only problem is it's going to be really, really dangerous to use because, you know, that can happen a lot. So, unless you have PDHD, which is going to be on the map, or PHD, I would recommend against using that gun unless you're careful. Let's grab that too. Don't have the ray gun Mark II in here yet. I want to add it, though. This is reminding me, I really should just, like, do all of this detail out myself with, like, edgeware textures and everything. But, yeah, we have the LSAT. Very subtle change in recoil. It just feels nice. RPD. By the way, you can turn the power off. These doors are supposed to open when the power turns on, by the way. I can't figure that out. Trying to think of what else. I have the tar, MTAR. I really need a team helping with this. I really do. Like, people that go through and they just notice that, oh, hey, the ring-off outdoor sound for the guns is playing indoors. But when you knife, it sounds like you're indoors. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And then it gets written down, and then soon we have a list of all the stuff that needs to get fixed, and then we just start working at every single thing. You know, that would be great. I would love some people to help me with this. If anybody wants to help me, please, like, actually be good at what you do, and not, like, you know, because I don't want to have to tell somebody, you know, that's great, but here's, like, X, Y, and Z on how you could have done this better, you know what I mean? Like, I really don't want to be an asshole. Also, I don't know why that looks like that. I just noticed that. Maybe I should not have put these in here. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Just give me the same guns over and over again. Look at all those other guns that are in there that I haven't gotten yet. Like this one. I want this to be a wall buy as well, but I don't know where to put it. This gun is so melty. It's kind of overpowered. I don't know why they didn't, like, nerf it or something when they put it in Origins. Oh, here we go. By the way, another thing here with these chairs. So, Treyarch does have updated versions of these models, but they don't have, like, all these tears in here, and I do not know why. Modern Warfare Remastered, on the other hand, does have them, so I promptly grabbed those and put those in instead. and this place still has a lot of work. Thing with this little magazine shelf right here, this is actually a prop made out of geometry that they would export as a prefab. So it's not actually a model. So you'd have to get like the geo and just like remake it. And that's what I did. And I tried to make it as detailed as possible. And I'm using the original textures as well. Upscaled, of course. I turn the power on because I kind of want to upscale. Yeah, you see how I can just like slide through the map effortlessly? I really don't like that. Like, I really don't like that at all. I hate how people can just like slide through the map effortlessly. That's why they nerfed it in Black Ops 4. I kind of want to nerf it myself. I know that would probably upset a lot of people. Come on, take it. But, you know, I really don't want you to kind of sacrifice the Black Ops 2 gameplay. Yeah, I want to at least add like a cooldown or whatever, you know what I mean? Plus empty animations, they don't have support for it in the animation in the engine when you slide. If your gun's empty, it just goes to the non-empty version of the gun. Yeah, this is why I kind of just test stuff out. Because I just... Oh, there we go. Why wasn't that playing? It's because I'm on low frame rate, that's why. It's such a quick thing that it doesn't pick it up. There we go. Oh, by the way, this walking animation, I don't know if I said before, but so in the Black Ops 3 Alpha when it came out, this was an animation that was available. You could see it on the War Machine because they didn't have a walking animation set up for it yet. And they removed support for it in the game, so now whenever something doesn't have additive animations set for it, it just doesn't play anything, you know. And originally it would play something like this when you landed that was just built into the system, and it would also play this walking animation. And they took it out. So now what happens is you have the ray gun, and then when you walk, it just doesn't move. When you jump and you land, it just doesn't do anything. You can see it kind of does it very, very faintly when you land, but it doesn't do anything. It's supposed to. But yeah, it just doesn't. And also, look at how bright and obnoxious this is compared to, like, this. Oh, wait, that's about the same, actually. Oh wait, no, I'm not even... Like, look at that. Isn't that so much better? And I didn't do these, by the way. Somebody else did. I kind of grabbed them from his thing, and I'll make sure to... I gotta figure out who it was, because I'm forgetting the name, but, you know. Yeah, this ray gun's just very lazy. Very lazy. Also, why in the world is this critical white? I really honestly think that they rushed with Black Ops 3. They really did. I really think that they did, because the campaign seemed very rushed and bad. They were originally going to go for an open world game for the campaign, and they had to cut it last minute. I guess last minute. I don't know, but yeah, that's just how it happens. So us modders come in and we kind of fix things up because, unlike them, we have all the time in the world. So we can learn the engine. We can learn how to reverse engineer everything, and we can actually do it for them. But of course, they can't pick it up officially, and you know, that's just how it goes, unfortunately. I would really, really love for developers to pick up development from indie creators who want to help just out of the passion, who love the project, and just implement their progress into the project. You know what I mean? You know, just look at what modders have done and say, okay, we want that. We want that level of detail and everything. We want to do that. And they'll just say, like, you know, hey, can we implement your progress and your fixes into our game? You know, I feel like it's not something that people should look at and say, well, why don't they have a QA tester? Why are they being lazy? Like, why are they just hiring, like, off support off the street, you know? And it's really not about that. It's just what can they get done, no matter how it gets done. And Python is better than the executioner in zombies. Okay. See y'all.